Hello, today I'm going to be filming a video all about my favourite ITV, BBC and Channel 4 dramas, crime shows, comedies, like just everything that's kind of on British TV. Like some of it I'm not sure if you can get it on Netflix, so hence why I've called the video things to watch if you don't want to watch Netflix or something like that. So yeah, I'm just going to get into it. It's going to be quite long, there's a lot of TV shows I want to get through. So yeah, please like and subscribe if you like this video and let's get started. Right, I'm going to start off with ITV. So the first one is Broadchurch, very well known. So Broadchurch is like a detective drama based in a very small town in Dorset. It's got 3 seasons. Probably the first one is my favourite. So it starts off with a child who goes missing and is found murdered on the beach. It's got Olivia Colman and David Tennant as the two lead detectives. So really good cast. Would really highly recommend. And like sort of the first season is so great, and you literally have no idea who committed the murder. But every sort of episode focuses in on a different character, which I really like. And the second season's kind of about sort of the backlash, aftermath of the sort of murder and like after they found out who did it, which was okay, like it wasn't as good as the first series. And the second one, or the third series even, is about sort of a rape case. So yeah, it's really like, but it is kind of linked to the first sort of case as well. But yeah, really good, probably one of the best things ITV has like made, so I would really recommend that. If you can watch it on on ITV Player, please do. This one is Paranoid. So Paranoid is a 6-part, I think there's only 1 series of it. So basically a GP is murdered in like, again, quite a small town up north. But sort of all the different detectives involved all have different things going on in their personal lives, which is quite sort of interesting, hence the sort of title Paranoid. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. If you want something to watch sort of in a day, you could probably watch that. The next one is The Bay. So in The Bay, it's 1 series long. So 2 children go missing at the beginning of the episode, but sort of before that comes to light, you kind of you see one of the sort of community liaison officers. She goes on a night out and sort of is getting with this guy, and then the next day she goes into work, and the case she's working on involves the man he's the father of the 2 children. So that's kind of quite funny, but yeah, it's a really good one to watch, and again, you can't guess who's done it, so yeah, really good. And the next one is Liar. Liar is actually on again at the moment. It's on series 2 at the moment, like sort of being put on live, but the first series is definitely on ITV Player. It's about a woman who gets raped by sort of a very well-known GP in her sort of like town, and no one believes that he's like done it. So it's kind of quite sad from her perspective that like no one believes her, but obviously you as a viewer know that it's happened. But yeah, really good, like really gripping, so I would really recommend the first series, but I found the second series quite boring, so I've stopped watching it, but yeah. This one is Little Boy Blue. This is based on a true story in England, so I think it's Liverpool. There's a boy called Rhys Jones. He's about 11 years old. He goes cycling on his bike and gets really brutally murdered, and like no one knows who's done it, obviously. Very working class family, so I'd really recommend that. Again, it's only like 4 episodes long, so you can watch it quite quickly. Next one is Dark Angels. This is actually more of a period one. So it's a Victorian poisoner called Mary Ann Cotton. She used to poison all her husbands just to get the inheritance money. So it's kind of about the community coming together to like work out why these men are all just like mysteriously dying and how those women are getting so rich. And it's quite good. Like it's kind of funny in a way. But yeah, I really recommend it. It's Cold Feet. I kind of refer to this as like the English version of Friends. So they're sort of all that same age group as like the Friends cast. So it's got Helen Baxendale, who played Emily in Friends. It's got James Nesbitt, it's a really famous English actor. So it's kind of set in the late 90s, early 2000s. So it's got 3 men, 3 women. Yeah, it just kind of follows their life sort of into marriage and having children and stuff. It's just really funny. Although it does have a very sad TV death, like I won't obviously spoil anything, but I absolutely love it. And the last one from ITV, I don't know if they still have this on ITV Player, but it's called Wild at Heart. Like I used to watch this every Sunday with my family. And yeah, it's just such a nice like heartwarming programme to watch. So in this one, it is a family in Africa. The dad is a vet, so he's kind of looking after all the like lions and like wildlife and stuff, and you see a lot of animals, which is quite cute. And yeah, it's just a really like nice thing to watch. I'm gonna go on to Channel 4. So the first one is definitely one of my favourites like ever. It's called My Mad Fat Diary. Now this is only on for 2 series, I think, but they could have done way more with it. It's actually based on a book by Ray Earl. I think that's who wrote the book. So yeah, it actually has Jodie Comer in it, who's in a few more TV series I will mention. This is the first sort of thing she'd done as like a teenager. and it's got Sharon Rooney who stars in it. So yeah, it's kind of based in the 90s with a girl who's got quite severe mental health problems, but it's sort of about her journey through school, like adolescence and things like that, and it's just so relevant, and I think it's so good to watch if you are a teenager. I watched it when I was in school at the time with my mum, and it was just like, some of it was very, very sad, but like some of it, like, it was really good in the end. And like, honestly, if you're gonna watch anything, please watch My Mad Bad Diary. One is Skins, so you probably have heard of Skins. I think it is on like Netflix, but it's definitely on 4OD. So Skins is about, well, it has 6 series, but every 2 series the cast changes. Now that sounds really confusing, but like it kind of makes sense, because it's based in like a college in Bristol, so obviously the kids change every 2 years. So there's a lot of drugs, like a lot of things like that. So, and there's a lot of like sort of focus on like depression and suicide. So if you don't want to watch that, then obviously don't. It has a lot of actors in it who appear in other like TV series that I'm going to mention later on. But yeah, so it's got Luke Pasqualino in it. It's got Kaya, I don't know what her surname is, but she's in a lot of Netflix programs. But yeah, my favourite 2 seasons are definitely season 3 and 4. So if you only want to watch like a little bit of it, I'd definitely recommend season 3 and 4, or like Generation 2, I think it's called. But yeah, honestly, I remember I watched it in the summer, like after my A-levels, or like in like whilst I was studying my A-levels, and it was just like such a nice thing. Not like a nice thing to watch, but like it took my mind off things, definitely. Misfits. So Misfits, it's kind of similar to Skins, I guess. Like it's that same kind of crazy kind of vibe, I guess. But it's based on a group of teenagers who were doing their community service because they've obviously committed a crime. But then they all whilst they're doing it, they've all got like different superpowers. So yeah, it's kind of a bit mad in places. Like, I only watched the first sort of 2 series because after 1 series, one of the really like good characters leaves, so that made me really sad. But yeah, other than that, it's really good. I would recommend watching it anyway. So yeah, The Inbetweeners. You probably have heard of. You probably watched this if you've like been a teenager in England. But what I like about it is it's actually filmed around where my grandparents live. So yeah, they actually knocked on my grandma's door and said, my nan's door. And they were like, oh, we're filming for a program with The Inbetweeners, like, can we film on your driveway? And obviously my nan didn't know what that was. And then she rang my mum, and mum was like, oh my god, that's crazy. So yeah, if anyone's watched it, the scene where they like throw a frisbee and it hits like a disabled person and they run down that little alleyway, that is literally like so near to my nan's house. But anyway, that's The Inbetweeners. It's based on like a group of teenagers who are kind of, they're not really the cool kids in school, but they're not like the losers either. Like, but it's just very funny, very, very British. But yeah, I'd really recommend it. Friday Night Dinner. So this has Simon Bird in it, who played Will in The Inbetweeners. So he plays Will again in Friday Night Dinner. But yeah, it's really funny. It's about a Jewish family who have their Friday night dinner, which is sort of a religious thing. They have got a new series of it on right now, but there's 5 series before it. So if you want to watch that, they're only like half an hour long. Again, The Inbetweeners is only half an hour long, but most of the other things I mentioned, they're all an hour. But yeah, it's really funny. Like I said, very British like comedy, simple, like funny, sarcastic comedy. Absolutely love it. It's Happy Valley. So this is like a more going back to crime dramas. So the sort of community investigator, she deals with a lot of personal issues. I think she's just been divorced, so there's a lot going on in her life. It's got Sarah Lancashire in it, who's a very, very famous English actress. But yeah, again, it's like a 5-parter, really quick and easy to watch and quite a gripping story. The next one is called Kiri, again got Sarah Lancashire in it, and it's about a girl who was in sort of foster service who gets brutally murdered and abducted. Again, very, very gripping. You don't know who it is until obviously right at the end, so it's not predictable at all. The end of the like effing world. Oh my god, I've watched this about 3 times through, I think. Like, basically there's 2 series of it. Each episode is only 20 minutes long, so you can watch it so quickly. There's 8 episodes in this series. It's about 2 kids who are kind of the outcasts. They kind of like fall in love, go on a bit of a crazy journey because they kind of just hate their lives. And honestly, it's just amazing. It's filmed in like, one of the scenes is filmed in Guildford, which I found quite funny. But yeah, would really recommend if you're going to watch anything again. It is one of my favourite programmes. So, because I watched it the first time, I think in the summer, like, no, it was like Christmas time in my first year of uni. Then I watched it at uni again. Then I watched it with my mum, and I've watched it again since that as well. So I just find it really funny. The IT Crowd, again, they're in like half an hour long, these episodes. So it's about, obviously, it's quite similar to The Office. That's the only way I can sort of describe it. But So you've got Richard Ayoade in it, and and Chris O'Dowd, so like very good cast. And it's just sort of about them doing their office job, just like joking around and stuff, but it's really funny. Go on to BBC. Dr. Foster. This has a very good cast again. Jodie Comer is in this. It's about a woman whose husband cheated on her with someone a lot younger, and sort of the aftermath of all that, and sort of her trying to get revenge, and it's honestly just incredible. Like, it's just, some of it is just so like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening, but yeah, really, really good. The next one is Killing Eve. Again, Jodie Comer is in this one. She's the assassin who Eve is trying to sort of get and kill as well, so there's like two women trying to kill each other. It's quite funny in parts, but really tense in others. Yeah, I would really recommend it. The next one is Waterloo Road. Now, oh my god, like Waterloo Road went on for like years, so, but I know it's all on ITV Iplayer now. But yeah, it's literally one of my favourite TV series. It's about a school. It was based in Rochdale for the first like 5 series, and it moved to Scotland for some reason, but it wasn't as good as Scotland, I will say that now. But I watched it in my whole time during secondary school, so whenever I watch it I just think, oh my god, I like being back at school. But again, a lot of actors like in that are quite famous now, so yeah, I would really recommend it. I mean, I don't think it's not a very true depiction of like actual secondary school in England, but it's kind of close, I guess. Missing. So I've actually recently watched series 1. I watched series 2 a couple of years ago. I don't know why I watched it out of order, but anyway, it's about children that are going missing in like France, and I think it's Switzerland as well, but the same kind of investigator works on both cases. The first series is very similar to the Madeleine McCann case, which is obviously a real thing, and the second one is about 2 girls that go missing from the same family. Again, it's really gripping, twists and turns in like every direction. It's a line of duty, so it's kind of about sort of police who aren't really doing their job. Really good, like again, lots of twists and turns in it, obviously because it's like the police going against what they're meant to be doing. The series with Tandy Newton is probably the best, I would say, but like I would watch them all anyway. Our Girl, so Michelle Keegan is the paramedic who works in the armed forces. Again, it's got Luke Pasqualino, I hope I'm saying that name right, but yeah, the first couple of series are really, really good. I think it had Lacey Turner in it as the first like girl in it as well, but again, there's a very sad TV death in it, so I will warn you on that one, but it's a really good series to watch. It's very, very sort of different. Fleabag I watched like last Christmas, I think, but it's honestly hilarious. Like, the episodes are only like 20 minutes long. It's about a woman who's kind of sort of living her single life in her 30s and like sort of navigating relationships and stuff, but it's honestly just hilarious. I would really recommend. Gavin and Stacey, I'm sure you've heard of it. You can watch it on Netflix, you can watch it on BBC Iplayer. Like, it's just very funny. If you don't know, it's about a guy who lives in Essex and a girl who lives in Barry Island in Wales, and they form a relationship, and it's about them kind of navigating that, and like there's got James Corden in it as well, and it's just honestly hilarious. Miranda, so Miranda is a woman who's got this little gift shop, and again, she's a very awkward, very British woman, and it's about her again navigating relationships, friendships and things like that. Their episodes, again, I think they're only like half an hour long, so really funny if you can find that anywhere. Last one is Outnumbered. Again, I watched it more when I was younger, but it's about a sort of very stereotypical family in England who live in London. But the interesting thing about Outnumbered is the kids actually kind of wrote most of the script themselves. So a lot of it's kind of improvised and stuff, but you can kind of tell in the acting, but that's what makes it more interesting and more funny. But yeah, that is my things I recommend from BBC, Channel 4 and ITV. I hope you like this video. Please let me know if there's anything you like watching down below, and I'll try and get around to watching it. I am going to do like American TV shows I like watching as well. But yeah, if you want to know Netflix things, I would really recommend Sophie Foster. She's really good for that sort of thing. So yeah, please like and subscribe. I feel really weird doing videos like this again. I haven't done this probably since I was in like college. So yeah, as I said, please like and subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you soon. Bye.